Welcome to AdventureSphere. This channel is dedicated to missing people who are missing with a vehicle. In the process of creating this database, we are creating a volunteer sonar search and recovery dive team to search for the people featured on our channel. Our services are free of charge. We ask you to consider subscribing, watch our content, and help spread awareness of our endeavor. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can be reached by dialing 988 or 1-800-273-8255. Calls are free and confidential. Every year, over 600,000 individuals go missing in the United States, according to the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System. While many are quickly found and returned to their families, others remain missing as years pass by. This is Karen's story. Karen Sue Adams, then 54, is missing from Independence Township, Pennsylvania. Her last date of contact was Monday, March 12, 2007, when she was captured on a security camera in the Mountaineer Racetrack Casino at 4:31 a.m., leaving the parking lot. There were numerous reports of potential sightings, none of which were able to be confirmed. Karen was last seen in person by her brother at their residence in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. Karen drives a red and maroon four-door 2005 Suzuki Forsa with Pennsylvania license plates EDT5887. The Beaver County Detective Bureau is investigating. They can be reached at 724-773-8574. Karen's case number is 0700422. Her birth date is January 10th, 1953. At the time of this recording, she would be 70 years old today. Karen worked at a local elementary school as a teacher's aide and at a local department store as a cashier. She wasn't married, but owned a dog to which she was quite attached. She enjoyed playing bingo and was last seen leaving the Mountaineer Racetrack and Resort bingo area at 11 p.m., possibly heading to the gaming side of the resort to play the slot machines. She was seen on surveillance video at approximately 3 a.m. the morning of March 12th, 2007, when she was leaving the complex. This is a very interesting time that it occurred. This Sunday was daylight savings time, and the casino resort has not disclosed whether the timestamp on the video was at the daylight savings time corrected or uncorrected. Let's see here. So the casino is in Hancock County, West Virginia. The FBI focused on a common path of travel back to her residence. No charges were made to her credit cards. I think it was after 2 a.m. she had withdrawn $60 for the casino. And there were no calls made from her cell phone since her disappearance. Her DNA is submitted. I think that's going to be in the Texas database where they do all the identification. But there have yet been no matches against unidentified remains. Her family would like to know what happened to her and to have some closure. The FBI office in Pittsburgh is also investigating. They can be reached at 412-432-4000. Another report here. Karen spent the morning of Sunday, March 11th, 2007 at a bingo tournament near her home in Independence Township. At 2 p.m., she decided to head over to the Mountaineer. Around 8 p.m., Karen called her brother, John, at their home that they shared. He was out at the time, so she left him a voicemail saying she lost all her money, withdrew more money from the ATM, and continued gambling. Karen's absence was immediately noticed by her supervisor at the Allegheny Valley School in Robinson Township, Pennsylvania. The fact that she didn't call or show up told her co-workers that something was wrong. She worked there for 3 years and never missed a day of work. Karen was scheduled to work that evening at the Big Lots in the Garden Green Plaza in Hopewell Township, Pennsylvania. She had always been a reliable employee who always showed up when she was scheduled. Let's see. Karen's family knew she always drove the same 28-mile route from the casino back home. After scouring the route, John reported her missing. John is one of her younger siblings. She's the oldest of four. One of John's friends actually saw her at the casino and said she was alone the entire night. No casino cameras filmed her as she made her way to the car, but did film her Suzuki leaving the parking lot. Question is, was she the one driving it? Investigators looked through her cell phone records. At 4:35 a.m., someone attempted to access her voicemail. The call pinged off a tower near Steubenville, Ohio, about 15 miles south of the casino, and not the route that she normally would have taken, which was to the northeast of the casino. I mentioned Karen's the oldest of four children. She has a yellow lab called Amy. Her family and friends distributed flyers about Karen vanishing. In August of 2010, investigators searched 3 ponds in West Virginia and 2 ponds in western Pennsylvania. The ponds in West Virginia were too shallow. Sonar in Pennsylvania did not find anything. Karen's family reached out to chaos divers in November 2021. Family thought the Ambridge Reservoir might have been a good place, but when checked, there were no entry points into it. Chaos divers did search the Ohio River south of the casino. Let's see here. She does wear prescription glasses that have a tint. Her home is in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. The Mountaineer Gaming Resort is in Chester, West Virginia. Again, she left the parking lot at 4:31 a.m., accessed her voicemail at 4:35 p.m., which I thought was interesting because if it was 15 miles south, I don't know, driving 4 minutes to get down 15 miles seems pretty quick to me, especially if she's an older woman and she's got to work in a few hours. Let's see here. What else do I have? There's the Steubenville Marina near the search area. I don't know if that was checked or not, but that might be a good area to look at. The weather history I looked up for Steubenville, Ohio, since that was the most recent ping off of her phone. Let's see here. So at 4:30 a.m., it was 51 degrees outside. There was no precipitation, so weather shouldn't play too much of a factor. I will note that the sunrise was at 7:39 a.m. I think it starts coming up an hour before that, but I don't think it would have blinded her in the morning. Let's see here. Then there's also some casinos south of where she was at. There's the Wheeling Island, which I think would be a very good location to look into. Backtrack. The Mountaineer Gaming Resort closes at 4 a.m. So if Karen was leaving at 4 a.m. there, I would think other people would have seen her in the parking lot when they were leaving as well. And then this Wheeling Island Casino, they close at 4 a.m. as well. And then there is another one in Weirton, West Virginia, that's called the Third Rail Cafe. That one closes at 3 a.m. I'm curious if she might have driven down there to try to stay awake and just work through the shift at the Allegheny Valley School. Maybe went there to pick up some coffee, enjoy the scenery. Let's see here. The Mountaineer Casino is at 1420 Mountaineer Circle, New Cumberland, West Virginia. The Third Rail Cafe is 4 Marshalling Yard Drive, Weirton, West Virginia. And the Wheeling Island Casino is 1 South Stone Street in Wheeling. Then there is also, I was listening to a podcast and they brought up the fact that there was a serial killer. His name was Israel Keyes, Keyes. He was believed to be in Florida March 2007 and allegedly killed Randy Gorenberg from a mall parking lot. Their dismembered body was disposed of in a lake. Oh, I'm sorry. There was another one. A body was dismembered, disposed in a lake in Alaska. He preferred campgrounds and isolated locations. So if she really did leave the casino an hour before closing. He could have been laying in wait there for her. He did not have a victim profile. Anybody was just as likely as the next person, as well as where he would leave the bodies. They were just all over the place. He preferred strangulation, but would shoot them if he had to. Remains were found in a wooded area a few miles where somebody was abducted. Remains were found in an owner's burned-out trailer home, in a shopping mall parking lot, just a very vague one of dumped in a different location. Another woman left in her vehicle in a parking lot, and one was buried near a lake. One was in an abandoned farmhouse. Another one was an abandoned shed. He also never killed in the same area twice. He also kept his mobile phone turned off when he was on these murder trips, and he paid cash for his items. So they had pictures for him on the FBI. He had equipment at the Blake Falls Reservoir. There was a watertight bucket somewhere he hid in New York, a place near Eagle River, Alaska. But the FBI does not have them in Karen's general area ever. On March 5th, so this is, I think, 2 days before she went missing, 3 days, he was in British Columbia, Canada. March 7th in Yukon, Canada. March 8th, Yukon, Canada. March 9th, he crossed the border into the United States, it looks like. There's 3 days accounted for. It would be entirely possible, but I think it would be unlikely. I do have some other questions if any of her friends or family members see this. What was her exact home address and other places that she would frequent that they knew about? Would she go to these other casinos, any other places around town? Let's see here. Did she put any time off requests in or resign from her position? Although they said when she didn't show up, they were very concerned. So, did she volunteer anywhere? Attend church? Did she belong to any social groups? Is she an early bird or a night owl? Did she give any possessions away in the month or two before she disappeared? Does she prefer driving on main roads or back roads? Is she accustomed to driving at night pretty regularly? Was there any road construction in the area that might have taken her on roads that she was unfamiliar with? If so, she could have easily driven into water and just not realized it was there. Were the license plate readers checked? Did she put any calls into AAA, her mechanic, or her car insurance provider? Were there any items that she always carried with her or jewelry that she always wore? Within 3 days of going missing, was she diagnosed with a bladder infection or a urinary tract infection? And then does she have any other chronic health issues such as being diabetic, prone to seizures? Did she have a recent brain injury, concussion? When were her eyes last checked? Did she carry any self-defense items? Hopefully she might have. Either a knife or a gun, being that she was leaving the casino at such an early hour of the morning. And then we have her last financial transaction as 2 a.m. at the casino, but was there another one perhaps that might have surfaced after the reporting? She might have gotten gas somewhere. The places I'm going to mention next are shared with my blessing, so Karen can be reunited with her family, regardless who higher powers work through. The description box has her email address if you'd like to share insight on any case, know someone missing with a vehicle and would like them featured on our channel and searched for, or to donate equipment. The video of Google Earth that you're watching has the measurement from our current bus starting location, which for Karen I'm going to use as Steubenville since that's where her phone pinged. Also with the Steubenville, and if we remember back to Kylie Rodney, it's really whenever we're looking at mountains, the way the cell phone pings, it can sort of ricochet off of a mountain, for lack of a better term. So she could be in any direction, I think, from Steubenville. Let's see here. So from Steubenville, we like to go out 5 miles to look at possible search areas. And then also, if we know her destination, I could look 5 miles in that direction if her phone just died instead of it being turned off or powered off. If an area has been heavily searched, we may expand the search area, but please keep in mind that accidents tend to happen closer to home. So we've got the Newburgh Landing, the Meckling Run. I think that would be very possible. There's the Mingo Junction Marina, Brandywine Lake. That might be private. I need to double check on it. There's a pond near the Veterans Memorial Bridge and Highway 2 that could be possible. And then Pike Island, they have a lock and dam, and she could be above the, well, she could be really on the other side of the dam there. If you'd like to help Karen's family find her, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell to receive progress reports. If you see something I missed, please let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and remember that we love you.